Solar power is an eco-friendly way to make a home more energy efficient. However, some homeowners out there may feel as if though that solar is simply out of your financial reach. However, SunPower by Hooked on Solar helps customers make their homes energy efficient at an affordable cost. So joining me now to share more about the financing solutions for solar energy is CEO Ed Freilich. And Ed, help our viewers understand what could be some of the misinformation that they are getting when it comes to financing for going solar.
Well, I think the main misinformation that you hear in advertising all the time is that there's one that fits everybody. For example, they'll have advertising and say don't use a lease because you're going to give your ITC, which is your tax credit, to the big guys. That's absolutely not true. So you need to decide, you help the client decide what are their needs and their goals in going solar. For example, what's their creditworthiness? If they don't have a good credit score, then maybe we need to go to a lease. If they have discretionary income, maybe they go to a purchase. But there's good and bad about both. So it's the misconception is there's one that fits all. We'd like people to come into our Lincoln Design Centers. We can sit down with them and explore all the options with them and let them select it, not what's best for them, not what's best for us.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So it's specific to their needs. And you mentioned leasing, so tell me about some of the leasing options.
Well, there are a number of leasing companies out there. We're with SunPower, of course, which is the #1 solar company in the world. They're right here in California, Milpitas, for 30 years.
Wow.
So they're owned by the 11th largest company in the world. So they're very, very stable. So that's one of the reasons we paired with them, because their lease, we disclose what goes on people's roofs. In other words, you know it's the best product in the world. A lot of leasing companies don't even tell you what the product's on their roof. We have escalating leases, but there's not hidden. It's either a fixed or an escalating, where a lot of leases have it hidden and they'll say, oh, it's a fixed price at 2.9% escalating.
Yeah.
But they don't disclose that. So we want to make sure the customer understands what they're getting. But the lease is probably the most economical way for most people to get into it. If you're going to sell your home in the next 10 years, definitely want to go with the lease. If you are having credit issues, then the lease is probably the best way to go. If you are somebody like my age that don't pay a lot of taxes, you can't recover the ITC. Therefore, again, a lease is a great way to go. It has full warranties and the comfort's there for you, so you don't have to worry years to come. You have a fixed cost for power.
Yeah, it's clear there's a lot of specifics that feed into each individual situation that clearly you know a lot about and you can really help customers with. Tell me, though, a little bit about some of the loan options then that SunPower offers to customers.
Well, of course, there's a self-funding loan, which is cash, and everybody likes that. But we actually have a number of loans that we can use for people. One is called a PACE program, which a lot of people like to use, and you see a lot of advertising. You put it on your tax rolls, and therefore you can get reduction for that. But there's some hidden things in there too as well. For example, if you go to sell your house in 12 years, you have to pay that loan off. It's a loan. A lot of people don't understand that. If you go to refinance it, you have to repay it off. So a lot of the companies aren't disclosing the whole picture. They're just doing parts of it that make them look good. We have what we like is a 12-year loan, which is at 2.99%. It's an easy access in. People don't have much money. They can get into it. Or if they have lots of money, it still actually works better than cash for a return. So it's a great investment tool where most people who go into solar who purchase are going to make somewhere around 15 to 18% per year as a return on their money.
And why would you say right now is a great time to get SunPower Solar?
Well, it's always a great time to get SunPower. There's no doubt about that. It's always a great time to work for SunPower, Hooked on Solar. Again, the reason that you should go right now, and there's always, you always look at marketing where you're trying to push people against some sort of a deadline. And unfortunately, it could be like in heat when air conditioning, where you just add on, it's hot outside, you need your air conditioning, it's first top of mind. Well, right now, people are opening up their bills and they're seeing large bills.
Yes.
And they begin to forget them during the winter, but it's all year long you're paying these bills. So the nice thing about why you want to go solar now is to stop that pain, stop it right now. But more importantly, the ITC is going away next year, and which is a 30% tax credit. And the end of 2016, it's ended. Now, they may refund it, they may not. So there's also the NEM, if you're in the PG&E territory, is going to be a huge change to solar in the next year. So it's becoming not only very popular, but it's becoming critical that you get in fairly soon.
Okay, so you can take advantage of those
Absolutely.
Benefits while they last.
Exactly, they are going away.
And you have a special offer so our viewers can take care of this now before those advantages go away.
Well, certainly. We always have very, very competitive prices, but if you were to come into our Lincoln Design Center, then we have an offer which is not only do we give you a $500 credit back off your system or a check to you, but we also have an iPad for you as well.
Excellent. And you and I talked last time that iPad actually is a part of the system that goes on your home, right?
It can be, certainly is, because when we put a system in, we put full monitoring. You can actually watch clouds go over your house. It's that accurate.
Love that.
And so you can look right on your new iPad and see the monitoring going on, seeing how well your system's performing.
And Ed, where do our viewers go if they want to look further into this and they need more information?
Well, we have SunPower CA, which they can always go to. We also have a SunPower Challenge where they can discover what the truth is about solar.
Wonderful. Ed, thank you so much. I learned so much when I talked to you. It's amazing. Okay, thank you.